Welcome back. Today we're looking at accessories for your X100V. We're going from need to have to nice to have and down to just don't buy it. First on the list, and a true need to have, a front filter. It will make your camera housing waterproof and prevent the fixed lens from getting scratched. If you scratch this fixed lens, then it's all over. Your camera will always have a scratched lens. Maybe you could send it to Fuji for a really expensive repair, but just buy a filter. Unfortunately, you cannot just smack a filter on the X100V due to the threads being on the outside. You also need an adapter of sorts. You can get something as simple as an adapter ring, but I prefer the combined sun hood and UV filter in one. There are a bunch of those. I have two that I like. This one is very sleek, and this one lets you attach one more filter. Handy if you want to add like a polarizing filter or something like that. Both of them are compatible with the standard lens cap. And now for a bonus tip. When you want to expose the threads on your X100V, you might notice that the ring that needs to come off is very stuck. The trick is to use the lens cap. Push it in and twist. Took me a long time to figure that out. Might be in the manual, but you probably haven't read it either. You're welcome. The second most important accessory, an LCD screen protector. While you could get away with calling a scratched lens an artistic choice, a scratched LCD, not so much. Don't be cheap and skip it. You get it for around $5 on Amazon, and you even get two. Item number 3 is still a need to have, because the X100V is small, and if you're an adult, chances are you'll drop it. A wrist strap is a great insurance. There are tons of options available. I use this Italian leather strap as it makes me look like I have style. I never use a shoulder strap with the X100V, but if you plan to switch back and forth, I recommend a Peak Design strap. Their ecosystem is great. Item 4 is crossing the border between need and nice, and that is a bag. If you plan to carry this on you every day, it might be nice to have somewhere to put it. Now I have pretty big pockets most of the time, but when I don't, I carry it in a sling. Item 5, and we are now in the nice to have. Depending on how much you use the OVF over the LCD and EVF, you can take quite a few photos before you need to charge. If you are snapping sporadic pics of your family's day trip, you might even get by on a single charge. Active photography, like a day doing street photography, you won't. You can charge it with a power bank, but it's always nice to just be able to swap in a fresh battery. A dual battery charger and 1 or 2 extra batteries won't break the bank. Doesn't even have to be the original Fuji. Just make sure you get the 126S version, or your battery icon will be yellow and your camera will complain a bit. Still works. You might find a thumb grip to be a nice little accessory. For me, it lowers my grip and gives me a little less meat on the housing. This feels a little worse in landscape, but better in vertical. Plus they're easy to take on and off. Some people think it's nice to extend the shutter button. It is not actually on my personal nice to have list. I added it here because people seem to like it, and you can try it out for almost nothing. All you need is a machine screw with a 1/4 inch thread. If you like it, there are all kinds of buttons to choose from. And finally, the one thing you don't need to buy. A silicone body protection case. They are strangely slippery and they don't offer great protection. Get some sand between the camera and the silicone, you got yourself a sandpaper case. In fact, if you bought item 1 to 4 on this list, you don't need a case. All the important parts are covered, and some battle scars on your camera are just cool. Just shows you put it to good use. If you absolutely feel the need to get some protection for your camera, get a leather version. Looks cool, old school. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
Nej! Du får ta med. Din pappa, du får ta med det. Nej! Du får klippa bort allt det där.